This was the Garden of Stars. Its keeper was a young woman named Elea, a healer with eyes the color of dawn and a voice that soothed even the wildest storm. Her home was modest, but the garden that surrounded it glowed with impossible beauty. Flowers of every hue bloomed in harmony, some translucent like crystal, others shimmering as if dipped in starlight. When night fell, they glowed softly, casting a constellation-like pattern across the earth. Elea tended to the garden with care, though she never fully understood its magic. She had inherited it from her grandmother, a woman whispered to have been half-elf, half-human. Her final words to Elea had been a riddle. When the stars fall to earth, the heart you've forgotten will find you again. For years, Elea lived in quiet solitude, offering her healing skills to any traveler brave enough to cross the veil of mist that protected the realm. But deep within, she felt a yearning, a longing that had no name. At night, she dreamed of a man with golden eyes, a voice she could almost remember, and a sorrow that mirrored her own. Then on a night when the moon was closest to the earth, it happened. A pulse trembled through the garden. The flowers lifted their faces to the sky and began to hum, an ancient, aching song. A breeze swept through the trees, carrying the scent of wild roses and something else, something celestial. From the heart of the garden, in a swirl of petals and light, he appeared. He stood tall, his form outlined in stardust, eyes glowing with gentle fire. His name was Kale, and his voice was exactly as Elea had heard in her dreams. "I know you," she whispered, "and I have waited for you," he replied. Kale was not fully of this world. He came from the interstice, a place between life and death, light and shadow. He and Elea had once been soul-bound, lovers in a forgotten age, torn apart by a curse cast by a jealous sorceress. Elea had been reborn, but Kale had been trapped, waiting for the moment the garden would bloom fully again. "The garden," he said, kneeling beside a luminous lily, "is our love made manifest. Each flower, a memory. Each glow, a moment we once shared." And as the days passed, Elea began to remember. She saw visions in the petals, dancing under meteor showers, secret kisses beneath willow trees, hands clasped during storms. She remembered the vow they once made, that if separated by time or death, they would find each other across the stars. But their reunion was not yet secure. The sorceress's magic still lingered. If the final flower, the heart rose, hidden deep in the garden, did not bloom by the next full moon, Kale would fade back into the interstice forever. So Elea and Kale worked side by side, tending the garden, recalling old songs, sharing stories that stitched the past to the present. Their bond deepened, growing stronger with every heartbeat. On the final night, under a sky lit with 1,000 falling stars, Elea placed her hand on the soil where the heart rose slept. She sang. It was a song older than language, an echo of love from lifetimes past. Her voice trembled, but it was true. The earth responded. A light burst from the soil, and the heart rose bloomed, silver and crimson, radiant as the sun and moon entwined. In that moment, the curse shattered. Kale fell to his knees, gasping, as breath and life fully returned to him. The interstice no longer claimed him. He was flesh, bone, and soul once more. And Elea, with tears like dew on her cheeks, whispered, "Welcome home." From that day on, the Garden of Stars remained open to all, no longer a place of waiting, but one of healing. Travelers who came seeking solace would find not only peace, but stories of a love that defied death and destiny. And on clear nights, if you walk near the garden's edge, you might see two figures dancing among the glowing flowers, light in their footsteps, eternity in their eyes.